You need a vacation. No, seriously, you really do. If you don't get out of that work, dinner, sleep schedule for a little bit every once in a while, you'll go crazy. It's incredibly healthy for us to take a breath of fresh air every once in a while, lest our life become stale. But when was the last time you took a vacation for your spiritual health? Have you at any point in your life taken a spiritual retreat? I mean, sometimes we do, right? But it seems most common and regular to go on retreats if you're involved in youth ministry as a student, or maybe if you're a pastor. But if you're a regular adult, your options are more slim. Truly, how often do you get offered an opportunity to go on and attend a retreat, not help, lead, or volunteer? And if we're honest, even when we do go on retreats, it's not much of a retreat. The schedule's jam-packed with activities, schedules, group meetings, and you're just surrounded by all kinds of different people. So what am I thinking whenever I say spiritual retreat? Looking at Jesus, I see him often withdraw to simply be alone with God. This is a much closer picture to what it means to have a spiritual retreat, giving yourself time and space to be undistracted in the presence of God. While other forms of retreat are good for learning and experiencing God with other people, it is so important that our relationship with God be grounded in personal time spent with him one-on-one. It's clearly a priority for Jesus that he gets that alone time with God. It seems especially important that he gets that time at key moments in his life and ministry. The longest time we see Jesus retreat and be alone with God is right before his ministry begins. He knows that time he spent alone with God is necessary in preparing him for all that was about to happen. Another prominent example is right before his arrest and crucifixion. Jesus withdraws to have a heart-to-heart with the Father, get on the same page, and ultimately surrender to his will. Practically, this doesn't have to look like a full-blown retreat into the wilderness like Jesus, John, and some early Christian zealots took it upon themselves to do. In reality, this may start for you like a half day. Find a day that you aren't working and don't have responsibilities lined up, and for some of you that may mean canceling some responsibilities in order to make room for this. Once you've done this, the only real constraints that you must follow is the elimination of distraction and having a heart ready to hear from God. Taking a spiritual retreat is a great place to replenish your spiritual health. You can do this by utilizing existing disciplines and practices, as well as other ones that we haven't covered yet, like silence, solitude, and Sabbath, just to name a few. This time needs to consist of things that fill you up and build you up, but not be so structured and scheduled out that we leave no room for God to speak organically to us. Often our approach to mitigating the intense drain on our life is to spend time doing absolutely nothing, and while nothing might be a good break from all the craziness, doesn't do that act of filling you up. Try planning this life-filling activity into your next month or year. I know you appreciate a good vacation, so why don't you take a vacation for your soul?